Welcome everybody to another episode of Cosmic Crit. This is Miles, better known to you as Rami. We've got a lot of fun in store for you this month, which we're calling Monster March, in dedication to this month's contest. If you're not yet aware, we're taking submissions for fans to create an exclusive monster that Rami and his teammates will face in a future episode. The entries will be collected and the crew will vote in their top 5 favorites. These favorites will then go into Patrick's table for random encounters and may appear on the show at any moment. The top 5 will also go into a voting poll that everyone can participate in. The 3 finalists who get the most votes will receive a Paizo PDF, just in time for the Pact Worlds release. And the grand prize winner will also have their monster brought to life with commissioned artwork. Visit our website cosmiccrit.com for details on how your very own monster can appear in the show. Cosmic Crit will also be at this year's PAX East. Patrick, Jabert, Rebecca, and myself will be attending 3 of the 4 days of PAX East. So if you're attending, come say hi. We won't have a booth or anything, but we will have our devices and we can check Discord and social media. So come and find us and be sure to grab an exclusive limited edition Cosmic Crit collectible prize from us. Now, we're about to kick off book 3, and I'm really excited personally because we're going to start seeing more of Rami's backstory come into play. You'll get glimpses really for why Rami is the way he is. When I was creating him, I definitely wanted a character who was a bit damaged and kind of a fun loner, but at the end of the day, someone who had a good heart and wanted to do the right thing. I kind of find it a little ironic now that Jessica Jones Season 2 is just being released because he reminds me a little Jessica in some respects. With the limited time we have and the necessity to move the story along, Rami's past hasn't really come up, so unless you're familiar with his backstory, he's come off pretty harsh. But that's because I felt like even though we couldn't delve into a lot of his story, I still wanted to react the way I thought the character would given the situation. Now, listeners may not be shocked by the little bit of backstory that comes out at first, but keep in mind, not everyone knows who Rami is. So it's going to be brand new to the other characters. So I'm really excited about where this book is heading and what we can learn about Rami throughout this story and future crit bits. So buckle up, dear listeners, for this week's episode, Rami's Vice.
Last time on Cosmic Crit.
Edris bathed in oils with an elf for a sun god.
What is going on?
We got back in touch with the Starfinder Society.
We called Chex-Mix, and he said we're the best.
No one's coming to pick us up.
Alindra communed with a ghost and ordered the gang an Uber teleport.
We found a elf gate.
Master Muhali threw us a surprise party.
We got paid!
Giant check. Naked Rami sure witnessed something.
Rise from your grave, recall we.
Edras is on fire.
Burn, giant lizard, burn.
The Castrovel sky lights up in green and purple, and the crew parties and celebrates their victory of getting out of Eucalam and into Book 3.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Welcome to the 23rd century, where we're still taking taxis in New York. People take space cruises to hear alien divas, and the fate of all mankind comes down to unlocking the mysteries of the 5th element. Greetings, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here tonight. My name is Jean-Baptiste Patrick Zorg, and I am your GM, your General Monroe, for this week's edition of Cosmic Crit. Going with me on a stellar adventure to fight an ancient evil are my 5 friends and players. To my left, he's not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4th level, but 5th level. It's Drew playing Nax Sizrak.
Rami, light!
To his left, not technically classified as human, he's more of a meat popsicle, Jabert playing Andis 147.
Hey Patrick, how are you?
Across the digital table, unfreeze those knees, my chickadees. It's Miles playing Rami Rod.
Cheekon, good.
To his left, she's clear for takeoff because she's got herself a multi-pass. Rebecca Dallas playing Alindra Vallis.
Hi, it's great to be here.
To my right, the rough and tumble hero who's super green and very mean, Tyler playing Adros Varanus.
How you doing, Patrick? I'm happy to be here.
Hey, everybody. We are back. Another episode. This week, And yeah, we got a lot of awesome stuff going on in March in our lead up to PAX East, which we're going to be talking about a whole lot this month. But the main thing I want to reiterate, jump back into, is that we are doing another awesome fan challenge. And this one was all Tyler's idea this month. Tyler, do you want to walk us through what the March challenge is again, real quick, for people that might want to throw their hat in?
Yeah, I mean, the March challenge is pretty awesome because it's my idea, but it is the create your own monster challenge. So, they're in a lot of different, or in all of the Paizo APs, I suppose, there are random encounter tables where whenever we're out just wandering around, there's always that slight chance that we run into something super dangerous. And this is the chance to add your own creature to that super dangerous pool of bad guys that we can come across. So, I'm excited to see what people can create because people were so creative with the Skitter challenge. I just thought, apply that creativity to something that can kill us and then kill us.
Our first challenge, the NPC challenge, was also awesome. I loved reading those submissions. I think this one's going to be even better. And we're going to take our favorite submissions and those people will be getting prizes. But the one that we like the most, I'm going to work into an episode somewhere to try and kill you guys. So get ready for that. That's going to be awesome.
Grand winner is definitely, their monster is definitely going to try and kill us. We're going to get that special artwork commission so that everybody can see their monster kind of come to life. And for people who want to go to the extra mile, we're going to provide a link to a site that helps you build stat blocks for monsters, and people can build, really customize the whole thing. So it's a pretty cool chance to get to be a part of the game in a different way.
After seeing what these guys came up with for the critical fail deck, I'm horrified to think what they're going to throw at us as far as monsters go.
This monster eats their faces off. That's all it does. It's a face eater.
It's three Akatas stacked on top of each other
in a trench coat.
Yeah, I was terrified because when Patrick and I were talking about what to do with the challenge, and he's like, in the descriptions, they should talk about special abilities. I'm like, maybe not. So we're giving you the chance to create your own custom special abilities, and it could just be like this thing. It's like this thing is also known as a Voltorb. It runs at something, clutches onto it, and explodes for 10d6 damage. It's like, oh god, why have we done this?
Why would you suggest that? 1, 2. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, honestly, I don't think that our listeners need help seeing what they came up with for the critical fail, because some of those things were gnarly.
Oh yeah, we got some really creative critters out there. So I'm excited, and we've got a couple more weeks for submissions, which is going to be awesome. My contribution to Tyler's idea was to name it Monster March. So
it is the Monster March.
We're calling it. So get those in. We'll talk more about them as we collect them and get some stats and some fun things for them. For now, let's go ahead and jump into this week's game and start by just doing a quick recap of what happened last week.
Well, Rakalba got brought back to life.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of an equivalent.
You're welcome
for Edrosis's mortal soul, I think is what happened there.
That's fair trade.
I don't even know. I mean, to pull the curtain back a little bit, I talked with Patrick and I talked with Jabber a little bit about what to do with the character at this point, because Edris has never dealt with religion in this way, and now he's a part of it in a really big way. And it
was so funny. A lot of the players were like, kind of perturbed that Rakawi died, one, and then we talked to the writer of book 2, John Compton, and he was like, "Oh, what happened with Rakawi in your game?" And he was also unhappy that she died. That episode had just been recorded.
He was pleased that we didn't outright kill her.
Right. But I already had in my mind, because it had kind of been thrown out there, of a way to bring her back. And then John suggested, like, well, if you really liked her, you could just pay for her to be brought back to life. I didn't think you guys would want to collectively part with 9,000 credits. So.
Accurate.
Yeah. I won't lie. The whole time we were going through that whole thing, and every time Edris would be like, "We have to bring her back," Andis was like,
Yeah, Alindra tried to talk him down, don't forget. She was like, I think we should just bury her.
I think we were all, let's just bury her and leave.
I mean, that's partly why Knack went with him, just to make sure he didn't get fleeced out of too much money.
Which is so crazy because, I mean, Andis and the rest of you guys were what kept her alive from Edros, because he was so bent on fulfilling her, what he saw as fulfilling her dying wish, and which was to kill her. And you guys stopped that. You saved her life. Well, and
to
then
be
after
clear,
her life,
Rami didn't care.
Character surprise there.
So I mean, I knew that the potential to bring her back was going to cost a lot of credits, and Edris's, his theme was icon, and I was hoping that he would be able to like go into debt for it or something along those lines. I never expected him to become this. I mean, have this pretty much a religious awakening of some kind in this ritual in order to bring her back. But it's way cooler than just paying the money. And I can't wait for it to develop. And I can't wait to see where else, or if Rakalwi has anything else to do with the story in the future.
She gets run over by a car.
All right.
Like, immediately.
All right.
She gets hit by Alindra's brother's space limo.
No. So bringing her back to life just means that you're one step closer to the perfect ending for this video game. You're gonna get 100% completion.
We took the Paragon choice. We got the achievement.
I want the
pop-up.
achievements. Yeah.
All right, that was last week, and as we open this week's episode, the start of Book 3, you can all close your eyes because we start in complete darkness. I'm going to ask you to listen very carefully.
It's like I'm there.
Where? In darkness?
Yeah.
I can't see.
Help me, Patrick. Help me. Where are you?
Okay, in complete darkness. Now listen very carefully to the sound of silence. Do you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
The beating sound. As the battle raged on, Alindra fell in combat. Only down for a few seconds, but shocked back into reality by this magic chemical cocktail that Knack slammed into her. But in those few seconds, her heart began to slow and the world turned to darkness. And that's where we find ourselves in that time, frozen as it was. Across the battlefield, we see Andis getting ready to pull the trigger and shoot at Tahoman. We see Edros swinging a massive curved blade through an arc that Tahoman would deftly dodge out of the way of. And in that time that Alindra was falling, blood rushing from a gash on her head, the light of her energy blade crackling and breaking apart, a shadowy figure steps above her, moving at a normal speed. The figure looks just like Alindra, her eyes blacked out and her movement somewhat staggered. The figure looks down at the falling body and utters a single word in your ear, Alindra. It's one that you can still hear as you awake in a sweat in your childhood bed. It says, pathetic. Downstairs, all the rest of your party is eating well and saying farewells. Bags are packed and left by the front door of the Valis' house. Andis, you've been on the phone remotely ordering parts and trying to get some automated installation robots to help you make upgrades to the Drift Rider, and funds from the Starfinder Society come through to work on the ship. Work, though, has slowed at the spaceport as the workers have reported in that they were barred entry to the ship by some kind of very unkind and hurtful goblins. Forgot all about the goblins.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should have killed them.
After saying your goodbyes to family and friends here, Waylos arrives at the Valis residence with your town car and pulls out a small data pad as you all pile into the vehicle and reports that they've got supplies, things that you might have had on your purchase list ready for you at like in the car. If you guys had some upgrades, some things you wanted to buy, they are all ready for you right now.
Nice.
Do you mean upgrades for the ship or for?
Nope, just armor, weapons, anything that you wanted to buy. And now that you're back in civilization, you got pretty easy access to just about anything.
Cool.
And, right, so Waylos says, as you're piling into the car and getting ready to leave. So we have done a preliminary search of the data off of Tahoman's recording and narrowed down the bandwidth to a region of the rocks in the Diaspora. And I've put together some notes from the archives, but for the most part, I think your ship's computer should have you all the info that you need.
Oh, that is very bad news.
Oh, why is that?
I mean, the Diaspora, it's about... I mean, I don't need to tell anybody else this, but it's where the free captains make their home. It's back where I used to make my home when I was running with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I don't know much about that, but it sounds like you're pretty knowledgeable about it.
A little.
So the car that you're in travels along a long, empty highway that connects the mountainous regions to north of Cabarot, outside the city, towards the spaceport. So you're kind of like skirting outside of Cabarot, and the scenery turns pastoral as you leave sight of many of the large buildings on the outskirts of town. Waylos says, Chiskisk thinks that running down this Devourer cult is important. They're worried that whatever it is you all found up there in the mountains, if it falls into those fanatics' hands, we might be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think if they manage to get their hands on it, that, all life in the universe might cease to exist. So that's a lot of trouble.
That's not ideal, yeah.
As long as the price is right, I guess we got something to do. I'm not exactly excited to go back to the Diaspora either.
I know you all just kind of fell into this assignment. If you don't mind me asking, well, how far are you willing to see this through?
Great question. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of my team, but now that I have devoted myself to Sarenrae, I feel like exterminating this cult is the least that I can do. That's what I'm going to start with. But from there, I don't know.
Yeah, Waylos kind of senses that everyone else just seems to be going along with it, but perhaps you have a greater reason to go after them, and he kind of sidles up to you, Edros, and says, those cultists back in the alley, I want to thank you for your service, what you're going to do. I've worked with the society for 5 years, and this is the most action I've seen just following the five of you around.
We do manage to find trouble pretty easily, but I'm glad that whenever we do manage to find trouble, it makes it a little safe for the citizens in the area we're in.
Why doesn't everyone roll me a perception check?
That's a 20 for a Dross.
All right, we have some pretty good rolls. Rami, rolling terrible tonight, it seems.
Yeah.
So far.
Tyler, what have you done to me?
Just about everyone hears the car's automatic drive system chime from the front of the vehicle.
Obstruction in the road ahead, altering course.
And about 100 feet away, there's a car blocking the road, and a figure standing on the roof of a vehicle. And a massive explosion rips through the car, sending it tumbling. I need everyone to make a pretty important reflex save.
Alindra, watch your step.
Watch your roll.
Oh, God!
I needed that.
Oh, no!
11. Probably not going to help too much.
It's a 15 for Andis.
16 for Knack.
All right, good. This is a DC 15 for half damage. As the car, after this explosion, completely loses control and starts flips 5 times before it rests maybe 60 feet away from this vehicle, and you all take some damage. All right, everyone that failed, 15 points of damage as your bell gets rung. You get the wind knocked out of you, maybe some cuts, some scrapes. The car does land right side up, but the top of the chassis is all bent out of shape. The windows are broken. There's steam coming out the bottom of it. And we are in combat because immediately 2 more cars pull up, one on the opposite side of the highway and one right behind you, and Kasathan figures step out. Automatic weapons begin to light the vehicle up.
Patrick, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you said it was 15 reflex save for half damage. So if I rolled a 16, do I take half of 15 as my damage, or do
Yes.
but that's an odd number. So is it
Rounded down.
Yep. Always round down, which is 7 last time I checked.
cool? Just making sure.
So just for those keeping track at home, Edros and Alindra have failed that, and Andis, Rami, and Knack have all made that reflex save. So we rolled initiative before we started playing tonight, and like I said, they immediately start shooting up the vehicle that you're in. It looks like Waylock is completely knocked out, unconscious, laying in like the floor of the vehicle. First in the turn order is Nax Sizrak. Oh boy, that was a high roll, Drew.
All right, so it looks like we've got, from what we can see, three Kasathans. Looks like the one to the south of us doesn't have as much cover as the other two, so I say, get him! And I quickly draw out my azimuth laser pistol, and I fire at that Kasathan.
Oh, okay. Laser pistol, that is fine.
That is an 18 to hit.
That is going to be a miss, because he is in partial cover, just right behind his vehicle's door. Why don't you go ahead and give me a culture check?
So that is a 26, keeping in mind that I get if it is a
underworld,
I get a plus 5 to that check, or a minus 5 against the check.
Yes, and that is in effect here, because you recognize the armor and the clothing that these attackers are wearing puts them in with a Kasathan mercenary unit called the House of Ashes, made up of untouchable Kasathans that hire themselves out for wet work across the Pact Worlds. They call out as you shoot back.
We are here for Rami Quindar. If anyone else exits the vehicle, you will die. Come on out, boy. We're taking you in.
Bronk. So, are we still in initiative order right now?
We are, and it's your turn.
So, being in a car, can I, nestle down, and kind of shoot out the window? Do I get cover from being in the car?
You do. Being in there, though, it's a little cramped, so you're going to get a -2 either for flat-footed or off-kilter, at least until more people pile out of the vehicle.
Okay.
But you are getting +4 bonus to your armor class here.
All right. Well, I'll shoot at the guy that's got get him.
All right, so that's the guy to the south, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Red dot.
Track, then fire.
All right, so you're going to get a bead on him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
there we are. That's more like it.
27 will be a hit.
All right, that's going to be 14 points of damage.
Why so much damage, Jabert? That's so much. Level 5 is so dangerous. You picked up a new rifle, correct?
I did. I'm sporting a slightly upgraded model of the azimuth laser rifle. This is the Corona laser rifle.
Ooh, boy.
Mm.
And next in the turn order is Alindra Vallis.
Yeah, so being mostly melee, I'm a little bit useless inside a car. And this might sound crazy, but would it be useful to avoid, to give our ranged people a clear shot? Could I punch a hole in the roof of the car so that they can stand up and shoot and then duck back down?
That will affect the cover that they're getting, but yeah, I'll take off the -2 penalties if you want to spend your turn doing that. Just open it up like a can of sardines.
This thing doesn't have a sunroof?
It does not.
This planet sucks.
This car sucks.
Well, it's so hot. It's all about that AC.
I mean, would that be useful? I mean, maybe it's not. That might be a really dumb idea.
Should have taken the Jeep.
The vehicle is pretty. The vehicle is pretty totaled at this point, so I mean, you're not getting the deposit back, so it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say.
Whatever. Alindra's bored, so she's gonna punch a hole in the car. Can I use my battle glove to do that, or is it a strength check? How do I do that?
Yeah, I mean, you can punch the door off, or if you want to take out your energy weapon, you can just slice a giant cross section of the roof off.
Okay, sure. Let me try to do that.
Yeah, make an attack roll. Yeah.
27.
So what are you guys doing with at least I rolled? Yes, you do that. So you guys are getting a little less cover, but you no longer have a negative to shooting out of the mangled wreck of this car.
And I should mention too that I'm going to go toward graviton attunement.
Oakley dokley, yeah, that's fine. It is their turn as these Kasathans step out of their vehicles. Looks like they are bringing their guns to bear on you again. All right, so I'm actually gonna take a couple shots at each of you. And it's got to hit real high. A 14 on one of these dice, and that is just a hit. And we roll some again. Knack EAC. You hear about? I think both of those are gonna be hits. All right, so against Alindra, a couple of jacketed bullets from what looks like a semi-auto pistol rips into you. And that is going to be 14 points of damage and 2 to Knack.
Oh, Brock. Oh.
That is 26 points of damage.
Oh, oh no. Oh, no.
Ouch. Tear through your chest. Guys, this fight is going to stink if you don't kill some people fast. But we've got plenty of time for that because it's Rami's turn. Rami, what you got?
So Rami's going to cast Magic Missile at the Kasathan to the south.
All right, the one that's got get him on and it's been hit.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll it.
All right, so that's 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 3, 10.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so did your harmful magic go up? Is that...
Yes. Actually, it should have gone up my last level. I just didn't realize.
Well,
it's because it's half of your level.
Gotcha.
It would be +2 to the first blast, which already gets +1. So that 1 is really +3, which is awesome because it means I always roll at least 4 on that first one.
Right. Yeah, well, that's useful because there's some low rolls on these.
Yeah, so it's 10.
But now it is Adros's turn, so he's going to make up for all that damage.
Oh, I am sure. First thing Adros is going to do is look at Waylos and go, Waylos, are you okay?
It looks like he's just unconscious. It doesn't look like he's seriously injured.
We're no longer getting an AC bonus from being inside the car, correct?
You're getting a partial cover at this point.
Partial cover.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so now that Waylos is okay, and I know he's not dying, I'm gonna get out of the car and make a double move up to the north to a guy who is shooting at us from behind one of the vehicles.
Alrighty, yep. So this guy has not been hit yet. He's just been firing in Alindra's direction. You're moving his direction.
How much movement does it take for me to get out of the car?
We're gonna call it 10 feet.
Okay,
Like it's difficult terrain, yeah.
so I'm right there.
All right, so you're
on,
right
on the
behind.
opposite side of the vehicle.
Yeah. Awesome. Knack, you've been shot. It's your turn. What you got, Drew?
So yes, I again want to get him to the one to the south that we have been firing on, and I want to fire my azimuth laser pistol one more time to hopefully do some damage this time. And I just thought of something that I should have done instead, but that's okay. It's a 25 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hit.
For a whopping 5 damage.
Alrighty. Zap, and it's 147. You've got this one to the south track. Get him on him.
All right, I'm doing it all over again. So I'm just going to step out of the car, take a shot at the gentleman to our south.
All right, this Kasathan mercenary has been hit a couple times.
All right, that's going to be a 23 to hit.
That is a hit.
Yes!
All right, 16 points of damage.
Oh my gosh!
Monster.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not looking too good. He's been shot a couple times. Looks like he's about to get ready to retreat back into the vehicle, get some more cover. But before that, Alindra, it is your turn.
All right. Okay, so I can only move so far because I'm in heavy armor now. So I'm going to move to the west and probably open myself up to major fire, but I can't just sit in the car doing nothing. So I'm going to walk over to the west, to the car on the west.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're in front of the car on the opposite side, highway that has pulled over. Adros is going to the north, and then it looks like everyone else is shooting this guy to the south. It is their turn. They're going to pick their targets now based on who's coming at them. And first, Adros, you hear something clatter at your feet. A very small grenade. I need you to make a reflex save. It's a flash grenade.
Yeah, so I actually looked into those rules earlier this week. Yeah, so it's just one reflex save. If you fail it, you get the effect.
Right.
If you pass it, then you just don't get the effect.
Alrighty.
Adros, watch your step.
Ooh, nice.
Am I with the, is there a range on that ability?
It's a great question.
Watch your step is 60 feet. You've got it.
Nice. All right, consider my step watched.
And give us that reflex save. We know how much you love them.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a 9. That's a 9. A 4 on the dice.
Alrighty. You look right down at the grenade and you become blinded by a flash grenade that goes off right at your feet for 3 rounds.
So you're saying I'm blinded by the light?
You were very. And they're about to rev up their cars and run you over. Another Vesk in the night. Next is this one that is about to be charged by Alindra Valis. This guy doesn't like that. He's going to take another couple shots. The semi-auto pistol. All right, natural 20.
Oh, no.
Natural 18.
Ooh, yikes.
I like both those numbers. Pull this critical hit. is going to be 20 points of damage.
Ooh.
Yep. Bullets just rip right through your chest. Oop.
Oh my
Oh no! Oh
11
no!
points of damage.
Oh no! We've lost the recording of this episode. We have to do the whole episode
combat
again.
over again.
Oh, beans. Serious rocks. It's frightening. So that was 11 points on the dice.
Is this all going to me? Oh, great. This is fun, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not doing so great.
Oh boy.
Welcome to level 5, where we all get to die.
Yep. I turned it up a notch. And next is this one to the south. He sees Andis open by himself. But this one is indeed going to grab some more cover inside the car before they make a shot. So 1 to Andis. And that is going to be a miss. Even now that Andis 147 doesn't have that cover. Rami, we're on to you.
I guess I'm going to fire my laser rifle at the Kasathan to the south.
Alrighty. Give me that attack roll. In full cover now. We are
That's a 1. Yeah.
And
I'm
draw.
staying in the cover.
Tyler, you are blinded, and you hear this thing, this Kasathan mercenary shuffling towards you. What do you want to do?
So blinded. I am flat-footed. I take a -4 to strength and dex-based skill checks. I can't do perception checks very well, and I have to make a DC 10 acrobatics check to move faster than half my speed or I fall prone. But luckily, if half my speed is 15 feet, and this guy is exactly 15 feet away from me. So, although I am blinded, I stumble my way over to this guy, and I'm going to try and get him out. I'm going to try and take him out with a curved blade.
Okay. He's got, what, the total concealment as well?
Nope.
If you're blind?
Yeah, I think it's just the -4 to all strength and dex activities.
Mm-hmm.
That's what simulates the.
You treat all creatures as having total concealment, 50% miss chance.
Yeah.
Where's
so,
that? Where are you seeing that?
I'm reading it off of the Paizo blinded Starfinder card.
Oh, opponents have to. No, right. You're right. Opponents may have total concealment. All right. Well, he's got.
Just like blinded in Pathfinder.
Yeah, I'm just almost. So this guy has total concealment. So I'm just swinging wildly at him, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it 50% miss chance?
Yes, it is. You can roll whatever you want, but why don't you roll, see if you attack first, if you hit.
All right, here we go. It's a 28 to hit.
So even with the, is it just -2 to your attack for the for strength and?
I mean, it's not -4 penalty to strength and dex-based skill checks.
Oh,
and
okay.
opposed perception checks, but not attacks. It says, if I'm reading that correctly. But I
Yeah,
didn't read it wrong
there's
once.
no. There doesn't seem to be a mention of attacks.
Awesome. So it's just -2 to your AC, and because of the flat-footed.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, then it's just a 50% miss chance. That's not that bad.
Okay, so here comes the.
Roll any dice you want. Low is bad, high is good.
You do realize who it is, right?
Hey! All right, this is the first damage this one has taken. One wearing
That's
a
12 points of damage.
blue scarf. Awesome. Back to the top of the turn order. Turn 3 next is Rat.
Alindra, we gotta pull through this. We're surrounded, but we've been through worse.
14 points of stamina back. Right, and I'm sorry, did you also say get him?
I haven't said get him yet, but I am going to switch my get him target to orange scarf.
Oh, okay, the one that Alindra is heading toward.
Yes, mostly because I fear for Alindra's safety.
Already.
We all do.
Andis, 147.
All right, Andis is going to kind of run up like this, about 20 feet.
Yeah, running towards the south. This one that
Yeah.
you just shot.
Right, I'm running towards the guy I just shot, and so since this guy just jumped into the car, as they're moving, Andis is gonna pull out a frag grenade, whip it, and just like toss it right underneath the car.
Okay. How about you can try to get it on his lap as well if you want.
Well, then I will.
Okay, so this is going to be a little difficult. You are outside of the 20-foot range.
No, so that's why I ran forward, so I would be within 20 feet.
Oh, okay. So you're going to want to move a little bit further. Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So you were within 20 feet. You are going to be firing at him in cover, so he gets a little bonus. That is a DC 9 to thread the window. Or
Okay.
an armor class you're trying to hit, basically.
I believe. Oh my gosh.
All right, that's a 25.
A 19 on the dice, I think, is going to do it.
Low damage though, but he gets a reflex save.
Very low damage.
All right, so he has made that reflex.
Okay.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. So that's only going to be 1 point of damage. And grenades are hot garbage. But what I was really trying to do was I was really trying to damage the car so that this guy can't get away.
Yeah. So it does a good deal of damage to the vehicle as the windows get blasted out. Doesn't look too happy with you, Alindra. It is your turn.
Okay, so Lindra is having a really hard time right now. She's going through a lot. She's under a lot of stress. She's just had a really bad dream. Last night she had a great time with her parents, and then she has this terrible dream, and now she's in a car fight. Like, what is wrong with this world, okay? Frustrated that we're in this fight because of Rami, and... So,
Is she about to throw a grenade at Rami?
After all the crap we went through because of you want to pull this on me?
Okay, so she's just going through some stuff, okay? Anyway, so she is still graviton attuned. She's actually fully attuned. And she would like to use an athletics check to climb up onto this car.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Okay, go right ahead.
Can you leap?
And since I'm graviton attuned, I get a +2 to that. So that's
You guys
28.
are rolling great as well. That's an 18, natural 18 on the dice.
Yeah, so that's a 28
Yeah,
to athletics
you're up on that
check.
car.
Yeah, I am.
It's
And
like DC 10. So
yeah. And I'm pulling out my solar weapon as I move up there. And can I try to hit this guy from like up there? It's not a
yes.
very tall car, right?
Alindra, you have the high ground.
Please go right ahead.
Okay. All right, so that's a 25 to attack.
26 with get him.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. Yeah, he had full cover, but you stab right through the roof of the vehicle. And 18 points of damage, is that
18
correct?
points of damage.
Okay.
Told you she's mad.
Yeah,
She's so mad.
The dice show that. All right, yeah, he is hit. He is hurt, and it is his turn. He is, drops the pistol on the seat beside of him, and he also pulls out a scimitar, like a really wicked-looking curved blade, and tries to answer your blow for another blow, Alindra, against your KAC. What is your KAC?
19.
Okay, so that is a hit. Rolled a 13 for 15 points of damage. That is his turn. This one right in front of Edros is going to try and attack you. Oh, so he'll take a move action as well to pull out a long sword. And I've rolled a 3 on that, so that is a definite miss.
Yes.
The Mr. Magoo style antics of Edros Veranis. The blade goes right into the car as you bend down at the opportune moment. And this one is going to take all of his movement to get out of the vehicle, the one to the south, and it's going to go up to Andis. Gonna start slicing up Andis. And I've rolled a 3 again, so guess what? That's the enemy's turn. Yes. Rami, your turn 3.
Well, see, now I don't know if I want to shoot the Kasathans or Alindra. Or Sassmouth.
How many times have you blamed Knack for getting into trouble? And now you are the one who is going to get all of us killed. Come on.
You guys could have wrote backstories that were all puppies and sunshine and rainbows, but here we are. Mercenaries coming for Rami.
How many times has Nat got us in trouble?
Only the once.
Twice.
How many episodes?
3 times in a soakie.
Episode 29. So, what you got, Miles?
I guess I'm going to shoot at the Kasathan that's attacking Andis with my laser rifle.
Right, that one that you've hit a few times.
11.
Yeah, that is gonna be.
I am
Gonna be a miss.
terribly tonight.
Yeah, sorry about that. And Edros, back up to you. Turn 2 of being blind.
Oh, great. Still can't see anything. Oh, boy. You know what? 2 attacks. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. There's gotta be some 20s in here somewhere, boys. Oh, and first curve blade. Oh, that's gonna be a 24.
That's a hit.
That's pretty good.
18 on the dice. What are you guys doing?
By the light of Sarenrae, you shall die. That's 18 points of damage to your face.
I'm sorry. No, I'm gonna need a a 50-50.
Oh, that's right. That's a
Concealment.
50-50. Oh, I've celebrated
Yeah.
too soon. I've celebrated too soon. Yep. Oh,
By the might of Sarenrae, this tire is getting slashed.
dang it! Oh no, I've committed an act of vandalism. I think that counts against me.
Alrighty, so that is a miss.
Second attack.
Second attack.
Second attack. There's got to be something in here. Oh boy, that's a miss. That's gonna be a. It's gonna be a hot 9.
You don't like
so
to see that.
if he misses, but then he rolls the 50-50 blind chance, could he accidentally hit?
Definitely not. No, he might accidentally hit himself. Thank you for that suggestion. Let's pull that crit miss card right now.
All right. I'm okay. I'm okay.
That is going to be it for turn 3. Top of turn 4. Next is Rex. Still in that car.
Yeah, because Knack don't have no stamina left, and the last time I got hit, it was for more than the amount of stamina I had. All right, so I would like to cast Get 'em on the one that Alindra is attacking, but then I'm going to actually try to shoot the red dot that is menacing Andis. With my,
one that you've been firing at.
Yeah, with my azimuth laser pistol. And I'm not doing much with that.
Nope, 5 on the dice. That is going to be a miss. Andis, this one is right in your face. The wicked-looking blade. What do you want to do?
Sure. I'll take a guarded step sort of back to here, sort of backing towards the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then
This figure follows forward with the step-up feet. You going to make a tacky?
Yep, that's a low roll. 14 to hit.
That is a miss. That's a miss. Alindra Valis, your turn.
Oh, I don't know what to do. Can I see how this guy is looking?
You've hit him once. The wound looks pretty deep, but yeah, this guy is a geared up, tactical, bad mother pronker mercenary, so he's just getting ready to fight.
Yeah, okay. So I'd like to jump behind the car so that I have some cover.
You just jump right down.
All right, I'm going to, behind the car, use a Mark II Serum of Healing, which is 3d8.
All right, so that is going to be your turn. Go ahead and roll those.
So that's 14.
Pretty average. A 1, a 5, and an 8.
Yeah.
Dice. Already on their turn.
Every little bit.
This guy is going to come around the car and is going to keep the fight up on you, Alindra.
Oh no!
Another natural 20.
Jesus. This isn't fair.
Oh no, it's pretty fair. I rolled it. It's a random chance. All right, so let me roll some d8s for the long swords. So that is 24 points of damage. Brings the blade just right down on your back as undoing everything you just did with that healing serum.
Yeah, Alindra falls to the ground and screams out in pain.
Oh, this fight just got a whole lot more dangerous. Alrighty, and Edros Veronis, this one is going to keep attacking you as well.
Oh, jeez.
All right, one is a hit, one is a miss. Rolled a couple of attacks here. 16 points of damage. And finally, this one is going to attack Andis, 147. Get some attacks done. All right, one miss and one hit on Andis as well. Rolling okay. not so good on damage this time, but 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Andis. And that brings us to Rami. Rami, you see out of the corner of your eye, Alindra fall to one of these mercenaries. Andis being harried right in front of you, and Edros fighting a car to the north. What do you want to do?
I'm going to cast Caustic Conversion towards the orange Kasathan to the west, over Alindra's body.
All right, no cover right now, so this might be a little bit easier to hit him.
It also has Get 'em on, so.
Oh, nice.
That's a 22.
Nice.
Yes.
That's a hit. Ooh,
Yes.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
So it's 4d4 acid damage. So we'll go ahead with that. So that's 4, 5, 6, 8. So it's just 8 points of damage plus 5 points of acid damage at the end of its turn each round.
Awesome. So write that down. Alrighty, and on to Edros. Tyler.
Okay, still blind, so even though I can hear, I probably heard Alindra scream out, no way I could see what's happened.
This is the third round.
Yep, this is the last round.
I swung wildly last round and nothing connected. So he's gonna try and squint really hard and just take a single attack. And yes, 21.
So that is just a hit.
Come on,
Gonna need you to make that concealment.
Come on. For you at home, it's max damage. This is riding on max damage. Oh, I'm so close.
No, so close, so far.
Oh,
That's a
man.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
Oh,
Yep.
that's a 50. That's a 50.
No, it's 1 through 5, 6 through 10.
Yeah,
Garbage.
we know how numbers work here on this podcast. Turn number 5.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like where to go, because I feel like we've been attacking the one to the south so much that it's got to be so close to being down. But Alindra went after the guy to the west by herself, so.
Oh, and Andros went to the one to the north by himself.
Yeah, but Andros is still alive.
Basically, the GM's dream. It's just splitting the party up. Cardinal directions.
I would. I mean, well, that's hard because you're lost all your stamina, right?
Yeah, I have 0 stamina. So if I lose this cover and I get attacked by this guy, I'm also down because I cannot take a single hit from this guy. So that is the other side of the thing that I'm trying to work through.
Yeah.
Knack is gonna cast Get 'em on the red dot to the south.
Alrighty.
I'm going to also quick draw out of my cheek pouch my semi-auto pistol.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire that. And I'm going to miss.
All right. Yeah, 4 on the time.
With a 12.
Oh, little worse than last time.
I want to throw something.
A grenade? That might help.
I mean, in real life.
Andis 147. This one is bearing down on you with a sword.
All right. Andis is going to take a step back.
All right. He will indeed follow suit.
He's gonna follow up. All right. That ought to put him within 15 feet.
Yes, it does.
So.
Yes, it does.
So I'm setting you up, buddy. Okay. But in the meantime,
there's a long turn left.
I'm gonna shoot him in the face with a laser rifle shot.
It's an 18 to
18.
hit.
That is because he also doesn't have any cover anymore. That's just a hit.
Yes! Oh, yes!
It is low damage, 9 points of damage.
9 points. He is still up. Still up.
Come on!
Very dangerous. Alindra Valis, we are back to you. Unconscious once more.
Yeah, I'm still unconscious. So do I use a resolve point to stabilize?
It is, yes, 1 resolve point. You do auto-stabilize yourself.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And that brings us to their turn. This one that is glowering over your body turns around, draws semi-auto pistol again, and repeats.
Rami Quindar, they all die if you don't come with us.
And it's going to take a shot against Knack.
Crockett.
Ooh,
oh, natural 1. I need the fail deck right now. Where is the fail deck?
It hits the engine block, blocking all of the damage. Not a single piece through.
It sets off the car alarm.
This one is going to try a couple attacks against Andis, bringing that blade to bear. Ooh, I don't think either of these are going to be a hit.
Yes.
I've rolled an 8. Oh no, this one might be 24. 24 is a hit, right?
24 is a hit.
KAC. Okay, so that's 1 hit. The other one was a miss. Minimum damage, so 9 points of damage. The last one's gonna try a couple more attacks against Idros. All right.
Okay. Idros, how you living up there before this damage gets rolled?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I've rolled a 1 and an 8 for both of these. That is 25 points of damage as this very agile, very adept mercenary is bringing this blade to bear, just ripping your armor to shreds.
I'm okay. Not even out of stamina yet, boy.
Soldier life. Rami Quindar, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at the Kasathan to the west.
Good choice.
That is a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
All right, so 4, that's 7. Plus 2 is 9. Plus 3 is 12.
So 12 points total?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Did this one also take its acid damage on this turn?
I just wrote it down. Yeah, 5 points. You see it eating away at his armor, weakening maybe his pistol arm, one of his arms that's holding a pistol. Maybe that's what saved Neck on that previous shot. Edros Veronis, you're back in this fight, and you can see everything perfectly fine.
Oh yeah,
and
baby.
I can see clearly now, the blind condition's gone. Things look bad. I don't know if I want to be able to see. I still can't see Linder's body down behind that other car. So assuming everything is fine, let's make a full attack, shall we? Let's get greedy.
Oh boy.
I need to end this guy quickly.
You want to get
Or
nuts? Let's get nuts.
First attack.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Cosmic crit! Cosmic! Critical! Oh!
I drink your milkshake. Maximum damage. Oh boy, yeah, that is a critical hit.
Since that's a cosmic crit, I'm going to roll the damage for you again, and it's going to be 17 on the crit, so that's going to make it 37 points of damage, and you're going to take some bleed here. I'm going to say 3 points of bleed to you, my friend.
Right, that is a good deal of damage down. Amazing.
So for bleed, there is no save. Saves are for things like deafen or stun or something like that. But bleed, you just start bleeding.
The fire damage as well. Right. Yeah. So yeah, that is a massive wound. You tear into this Kasathan. It's not looking too good. All three of these guys, you've been beaten to heck and back.
I'm pretty sure I said full attack, so
You did.
who knows? Could have another one coming your way. Let's see. That's going to be a 24 to hit. 24 to hit. If that's a hit, 13 points of damage.
That is indeed. Okay. Bring that down. This guy not looking great at all.
Still alive?
Oh, yeah.
Level 5.
Yeah.
These things won't die.
Nax's Rack, turn 6.
I'm going to cast Get 'em on the one to the west. I'm going to cheek pouch draw my disintegrator pistol, which has a 15-foot range, but this guy is at 20 feet, so I take a -2 to that hit. Is that what you said?
I believe so.
So let's all cross our fingers at the first chance of using this weapon. And
Do it.
Oh no.
it was on 18, and then it moved to 5. So that is a 12 to hit, well, technically a 10 to hit because he is outside. 11
Quite
with-
wide.
Yeah. Proc.
Oh, 11 you say. No, quite wide. That's a miss. Thank you for going through all those numbers. Miss. Andis, 147.
Proc.
Andis confusedly looks at Knack and wonders why he didn't shoot the guy who's in my face.
Because I was working.
Oh no, God! I'm gonna die now! Oh God! Everybody run!
Because I was gonna
Andis
shoot.
runs away.
Because I was gonna have to shoot through Rami and that would have also given me a negative. So.
What does Andis 147 have?
Guarded step back and take another shot with the laser rifle. Is he stepping up?
Does not.
Good. That's
Come
a
on.
15 to hit.
That is a miss. That is a miss. Alindra, you are semi-conscious. You're floating in between being completely out of it. Blood loss, making you weak. And yeah, you see a blurry outline of a figure standing over you. You feel like you hear them say something. What do you want to do?
Oh my gosh, it's like a flashback to my dream last night. So I have 0 everything right now, right? How do I get HP back?
Right, so when you're stable, if you want to stay in the fight and you have enough resolve, you can spend just 1 RP at the beginning of your turn to regain 1 hit point. And you're no longer dying, and you immediately become conscious. And then you're up, back in the fight.
Okay.
I mean, you could get up, but I wouldn't stellar rush back into battle. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
No, I will not be doing that.
I would
Okay,
I would even say Rami cast invisibility on Alindra, except I want him to cast damage spells instead.
But if I just do nothing right now, am I dying?
Nope. You're
I'm just lying on the ground unconscious.
unconscious at 0.
Subconscious, like sort of conscious, a little bit conscious.
Semi-conscious.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna lie here.
And that brings us to their turn. This Kasathan has come within 10 feet of the car and looks right at Rami. Quindar points his sword in your direction and just kind of nods and then spins their movement. They run back to their vehicle, and almost all at once, these guys are retreating from combat, jumping in their vehicles. And you hear them squeal as the engines burn and they take off. They seem to all get the exact same command at one time. They turn tail, and you are left with the wreckage of this vehicle. Alindra down. Everyone else taking some damage here. We're out of combat.
I am going to use one of my Mark II healing serums. So that's 10 HP back to Alindra.
All right, and you are back up.
Thank you. Can I sit here for 10 minutes and rest?
Yeah.
I think we all probably should.
We all just need a 10-minute just period of reflection.
Also, explosions don't destroy cars. I guess we should just get back in the car and drive away.
This car is drivable. It is definitely, has taken a massive amount of damage itself, and also the roof has been carved off of it in places.
It's a convertible now.
Yeah, it's the resale
it.
value is worth more.
Right. Well, it's not a convertible because it's a permanent roof off car.
It's a very soft top car.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was still drivable. We could have run these guys over.
It can limp forward. It will take some time to, get the computer back online. But in that time, if you guys are waiting, Waylos falls out of the vehicle, blood trickling from his chin, and says, What was that about? Rami, who were those guys?
I have no idea.
So, Nak, you knew a little bit about them, right? Do you want to convey that to everyone else?
Yeah, these were some Kasathan mercenaries, some real bad pronkers that were looking for our boy Quindar over here.
The metaphorical cat is out of the bag, I believe, Miles, right?
And might I, as a someone who operates in the under echelons of the world, say that if you're gonna go by a fake name, at least change your first name too.
All right, Blip.
I'm furiously space Googling Rami right now.
Ooh, some stuff might be coming up.
Can I make a culture check to recognize the Quindar name, since it's part of a giant corp, right?
Please do.
That's 21.
Believe it or not, you have heard of Quindar Ltd.
It was only on the pronking hovercraft that we took into the jungle a couple of weeks ago.
So wait. You're a Quindar. Like the massive corporation, and those guys were trying to get you. What's going on, Rami? This is all, frankly, absurd.
I was a Quindar. I'm not anymore.
Could have fooled me.
It sure seems like somebody thinks you're a Quindar, as they're trying to kill us all after that.
So I grew up as a member of the Quindar family. I'm sure that you all have used their products and know exactly who they are. What you don't know, and what they have kind of left out of the public knowledge, is that my family's responsible for complete genocide, and I exposed them, and they're trying to kill me for it. That is the long and short of it.
Genocide of who?
They were trying some new agricultural techniques on what was supposed to be a barren planet in efforts to make it livable and use it for its resources. Well, the whole thing ended up infecting the colony, and it wasn't just an accident. They knew exactly what was going to happen. It turns out that the other side of the Quindar corporation was also developing biological weapons. Basically, they decided to use that as a petri dish. Since it was barren wasteland, they could test it on these people and no one would care. When the entire thing went up in flames, they came in and eradicated everything. There is no evidence that those people even exist anymore.
So what, you exposed all this and now you're on the run from them?
Pretty much. You remember a few years ago when we met, when we were exposing that pharmaceutical company, you knew that was kind of what I was doing. It's the same vein. Basically, after dealing with that, I wasn't going to let that happen to anyone else again.
I mean, I understand. I wish we had known before this attack what was going on. We could have protected you better.
You know well that I have trust issues, and that's a story for another day.
One thing doesn't gronk with all of you guys. They didn't shoot at Rami a single time. Rami, do you have any damage besides the car rolling?
I don't think so.
That is a no.
I mean,
It seemed like interested in taking out the four of you and keeping him healthy.
it must have, I don't know, maybe they wanted to keep him alive. It just doesn't make sense that...
That doesn't make sense to me because they've tried to kill me before.
This is a more personal experience. So they're keeping you alive for a reason. I would hazard a guess that this is somebody a little closer to you than you realize, that wants you more than they want you dead. So if you have any idea of who that might fit, it would be a good idea to tell us now.
I can't think of anyone who would want me alive.
Well,
We would.
Wayloss, spitting some blood onto the asphalt here, says, maybe it's best if you all get back to your ship, head off planet in case they try again.
That's a great Pronkin idea.
Wayloss, do you need a healing serum? I have one I can give you.
No, I'm gonna be fine. I
You don't sound very fine.
please. No, I'm an NPC. I'll be fine. Like I said, I don't see much action in the field, but well, just head on out, Starfinders. You've got a mission ahead of you, and I can't say I'm sad to see you go, but it might be good for my health. Not a lot of gun battles in the halls of academia.
Edris chuckles and gives him a shoulder punch.
Yeah. And he says, farewell, Starfinders.
All right, so we just leave him on the side of the road and we take the car to the ship.
Yeah, that's what he's saying to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously we'll I don't know, radio in him some...
Oh, he has a comm unit. Yeah, he's already calm.
I'll give him 14 stamina. He's fine.
He's fine, just walking off. All right, so yeah, you guys limp the rest of the way in this vehicle to the launch pad where you've left the drift rider. Yeah, the car chugs along. The wind in your hair now as it's been opened up. Beaten, bruised. I think most of you are, got some split lips. Nice visit to Casherelle in short. As you get back to the Drift Rider, though, Andis, you see the upgrades, many of them sitting outside the starship in crates. All of you see in a very barely legible handwritten script, a very small sign on the port side airlock that reads, "Keep out, quarantine," in a penmanship that is the most goblin thing you've ever seen before. all the vowels are backwards and
KOR in teen.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I try to write quarantine here in my notes, and it's a pretty good approximation of goblin spelling. my first attempt, but it's written in crown and maybe little bits of blood.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot these guys existed.
Well, it's been a couple weeks. You guys going inside?
Yep.
Knack has learned Goblin, and he would like to call out into Goblin, "All right, get this stuff onto the ship, you lunatics."
As you crack the airlock and start screaming commands, you see all the hallways are darkened. Power seems to be out, and multiple conduits and panels, emergency panels, are opened up. And the wiring kind of laid bare, spilled out all over the place in parts. A few sparks might light up the darkness inside the ship. It's deathly quiet and still.
Andis makes an engineering check. Something doesn't seem right here.
We left goblins in a ship for 2 weeks.
Knack has dark vision and would like to do a perception check.
What did you roll, Andis?
It wasn't great. It was a 15 on that engineering check.
Yeah, it just looks like the ship is completely powered down, but there is a good deal of superficial damage to these halls that you were in. Knack, what are you looking for? You wanted to make a perception?
I have dark vision, so I was hoping that my perception check would lead us to more information about what's going on inside the ship.
Doesn't help in seeing here, but as you are listening in the darkness, the doors to the bridge pop open. The goblins jump out, brandishing weapons. It looks like a spanner, a little dagger. And they start screaming and swinging their weapons in your direction.
Going, "Ah! Ah!"
They do not hit. They have their eyes closed and they're screaming. What do you want to do?
Whoa, Bumfuzzle! Whoa, what? Guys, calm down! What's going on?
They open their eyes and they took a look around and kind of look really frightened all at once, but then very, very happy when they see Alindra, and they run up to her and say,
You're back, Captain Alindra, you're back!
Bumfuzzle gives you a giant hug and it's like,
Oh, thank you so much, we thought you had left forever.
Oh, Alindra gets down on their level and gives them big hugs. I'm so glad to see that y'all are okay.
Cattywampus. Cattywampus continues and says,
You all must help. We've been invaded by an alien monstrosity. Some kind of foul monster on this planet.
What kind of monster? What does it look like?
It's got giant teeth and massive claws, and it tried to eat Cattywampus.
Cattywampus just nods, crying.
The beast roams the halls, seeking our blood, and only you all may stop it. The brave warriors. Please be careful. Go right ahead.
Can you show us where to go?
Yeah, they point a couple flashlights towards the rear of the ship, towards engineering bay.
Can I sense motive on these gobs?
You can try. Who really knows goblins? Not Nexus Wreck. Roll the 2. Yeah, they definitely have a wicked smile to them, but they seem legitimately frightened.
All right, I'll go check it out.
I'll go with them.
God.
Back to engineering.
As you head back towards engineering, opening up the doors into the rear of the ship, you do hear movement in the back. It sounds like, like a hubcap rolling somewhere in the darkness, maybe a little bit of broken glass. And as you turn the corner, you see movement in a very large pile of refuse, broken parts of the ship, spare parts, broken crates, and it moves forward, skulking from the shadows. And from it emits a low, gentle whine. As it comes into light, it's a small, brown-furred, mangy dog, wagging its tail and looking up at you.
Can I sense motive on this dog?
It's a puppy.
Okay, can I attempt to lure the puppy and pet it?
What is that?
It comes up and it says, bark, 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 bark.
So this is a Swedish dog.
Bark. No, that's what space dogs sound like. Drew, come on.
Okay. I guess goblins don't like dogs or something.
Yeah, let's get these lights on just to.
Yeah. Okay. I start going to work on the core.
Alindra, take care of the thing.
As you guys are walking past it, get to engineering, Cattywampus and Bumfuzzle come running up with sharpened sticks, and it looks like they're wearing a necklace made of shells with grease paint under their eyes, and they're both screaming,
Kill the beast! Tonight we shall dine on its entrails.
No, we don't kill the beast. It's a harmless little puppy. There's no reason to kill it or feast on its entrails. Just no.
Can I reason with the gobs?
yeah, what do you want to say?
Gobs! It's okay. If this beast wanted to kill you, you'd already be dead. I think he'd rather be our friends. This is what we call a dog. Some races in this universe treat them as pets and companions. This one we gotta figure out, but if you're willing to do that, we're willing to help you.
As you're explaining this, the dog comes up behind you, Knack, and starts licking your face. And they, both of the goblins turn away in disgust. Just like, ah! Can you make me a willpower save? Will save Knack.
That's a 16 will save.
Seemed pretty good. All right, this was DC 35, so that's a fail. You fall in love with the dog.
Oh.
I'm sorry. That's what's written here in the book. I didn't make this up.
Did I sense motive on the dog already? I can't remember.
You did.
Yes. It likes snacks, going for long walks. It's a dog. So
Rami scratches the dog behind the ears.
It's very friendly. It's a very friendly animal.
Oh,
The
good.
goblins just kind of recoil as you begin to pet and show affection to the creature.
Just a little puppy.
I look at the dog and say, sit.
So that is actually going to be, believe it or not, survival, I think, to handle the animal. It looks very confused at all of you and kind of like gets up on its hind legs and does like a little begging action.
Alindra would like to pull out one of the rations that she has in her pack and tear off a little piece for the dog.
Yeah, goes at it. Goes to town.
Is nobody concerned about how a wild animal got on the ship? Am I the only one who thinks maybe we should just kick it out and move along our way?
No.
Yeah, I'm already back in engineering. I'm getting the I'm working on the ship.
Like
Power's back. Power is back online, and yeah, now that you see it in the light, it is definitely an adorable, maybe 1 or 2 year old dog. Got some patches in its fur, a lot of dirt. But I can reveal to you the mystery. Dog got on the ship in a 2-hour long crit bit where the goblins leave the door open and it just walks on.
This is the problem. I'm so nervous about the stuff that you will pull, Patrick, that I'm so nervous about this dog as a player metagaming.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll a medicine check to make sure it's not like infected with
That's what I was going to
Akata
ask.
pups or Kasseric pups or Rincrota pups or whatever?
You can roll medicine to make sure it has its shots and it's getting enough vitamins in its diet.
I want to
But
do that.
Guys, believe it or not, with all of your tests, with all of your sense motives, this is just a dog, and it doesn't have a grenade.
It's
implanted.
never just a dog, Patrick.
All right, well, it is.
All right, you guys need to leave this puppy alone. Like Rami just picks up the dog and takes it away from everyone else.
I think
It
we
licks
need
your
to
face.
name it.
It licks your face, Rami. Make a willpower save.
Oh no, I love the dog. I don't need to make a willpower save.
you automatically choose to fail.
Yes.
All right, it climbs into your vest and starts licking your neck. You guys want to head on out?
Yep.
Guess
Got my
that's
new
the only
co-pilot.
thing to do.
All right. So you get all the upgrades loaded on the ship, all the new components for the drift fighter, and as you're getting ready to leave Castrovel for the first time in weeks, kicking the engine into gear and checking off your flight list. Rami, you're able to sit down in your pilot's chair for the first time in a long while since you got to Castrovel, and you cruise upwards through the atmosphere and then out into space. And as you're cleared of Castrovelan airspace, you are free to enter into the drift.
Okay.
Where do you want to go?
We talked to Waylos, and he said that in the computer should be some points in the Diaspora that we can go check out based on the communication that the Starfinders kind of triangulated off of when Tahoman the Stupid made his little announcement to the rest of the cult. So we should have some coordinates in the system that lead to the Diaspora that we should check out.
Then
Okay,
we'll
great.
head to those coordinates. I nestle Mr. McScruffins next to me and key in the coordinates.
We're gonna have a whole poll of the audience for name the cosmic
it's
critter.
Mr. McScruffins.
Okay, and so you do have coordinates for a nearby drift beacon, but it looks like you'll have to fly a good deals away from that, and it's going to take a few days to get there. Traveling within the system, it's random. Traveling through the drift, you don't really know. Sometimes traveling the same distance can take 3 times as long, for example. But you need some time to make upgrades to the ship as you're going. And those upgrades would be pretty difficult to do just by yourself, but you can enlist over the course of the trip your teammates. And you've got actually the 2 goblins, Cattywampus and Bumfuzzle. They're pretty adept at most tasks that you give them if you explain it very, very clearly.
Yeah.
They're able to do exactly what you want. So they're like having 4 more sets of hands. Or no, 2 more sets of hands. four more in total. So the Diaspora, most of you guys with a good deal of culture understand a bit about the Packed Worlds. In ancient times, this used to be 2 planets, they think, that orbited between Verces and Eox, but there was some kind of catastrophe that occurred, and all that remains are millions of rocks forming this huge belt around the entire solar system. Some of these are the size of small moon, and they do support cities, the Crush Worlds, but the majority of them are much, much smaller. Besides rocks, you get some seafoam green chunks of ice that pop up in the darkness, but for the most part, they're pretty few and far between. Both Knack and Adros, you both know that the Diaspora is also a hideaways and homes for mercenary groups, thieves, fugitives, and pirates. So not kind of a hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah, it's not great.
So
not
you
where
guys,
anybody of any reputation wants to go.
You guys do have some time in between in transit. Let's just go through real quick. Alindra, you got a lot of stuff ordered maybe back on Cash Travel, but one of them was, correct me if I'm wrong, but crafting bits of Penelier's armor on top of your new heavy armor.
Yes, that's right. So now I look like an awesome elf from way back when.
Yeah, it's these pieces of red lamellar armor that's like over your spacesuit. You're wearing it, maybe putting pieces together, polishing it, the trip, and every once in a while you do hear phrases, just random things pop in your head in Elven, which you speak now, and you can almost hear Penelier's in there as well.
What kinds of words?
Yeah, just, quick things in Elven, general phrases. All of a sudden you know it now, and you catch yourself thinking in Elven.
Is it directed at me, or is it just like I'm hearing him speak to somebody else?
Yeah, no, it sounds like you thinking in Elven. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rami, how are you dealing with the knowledge that you're back on some kind of maybe hit list? Maybe the Quindar Corporation's radar?
Well, Rami doesn't think that he was ever off the hit list. He just had assumed that he had gone far enough underground and had basically made himself separate from so many people that he wouldn't have to worry about it. And so he's mostly kind of just spending time in his room, probably with Mr. McScruffins, and just kind of decompressing.
Right. You did get a warning message from Kendori, your former master, person that trained you in the arts of technomancy. Mm-hmm. Do you think this is what that was about?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he connected the dots that he got the warning while he was in the forest, and then these Kasathan mercenaries pop up. He knows, and honestly, like I said when we finished book one, he kind of expected some fallback from landing on Eoxian reality television, which is why he wanted to murder Rabob from day one.
Yeah, the Absalom station feeds, they didn't quite have your name, but your face was plastered all over them.
Yeah, so he was definitely surly about that.
Knack, you got something?
Yeah, Knack has been trying to monitor everything he can as we get closer to the Diaspora, but part of it is he actually goes and knocks on the door to Rami's quarters. Rami, you got a second?
Yeah.
Look, just want to say, I shouldn't even be talking about this, but I know what it's like to go against family. And if you want to talk about that, I'm open to talk about it. Just where we're going, the things we're about to do, they're going to get challenging for both of us. And I just need you to know that I understand.
I appreciate that. Honestly, I don't even know if I should be here. The people that will be hunting us, especially you guys now, they're not going to stop. I've been running for this for 7 years.
The people that are going to be hunting us are worse than you can possibly imagine.
I can imagine a lot. But I appreciate it, buddy. And that goes both ways. If you got something you want to get off your chest, go for it.
Let's just say I'm not excited to go where we're going, and we'll just leave it at that.
We're close enough to Verces. I'm not excited either.
And we do like one of those bro high fives that turns into like an in-air arm wrestle move. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do one of those.
All right, and Andis, how do you think Jabert Andis is getting along with the goblins?
Andis's patience is wearing thin. It's not great, but we're making a lot of progress on the ship, I think.
Yeah, they're, like I said, they're pretty good assistants.
Yeah. I mean, they can do what I tell them, so it's acceptable. it's acceptable.
So they might treat Alindra, as captain, as kind of golden in their eyes. But over the course of the next few days, as they're working side by side with you, they seem to just treat you more and more like they treat one another, just like another goblin.
Cool.
And towards the end, as you guys have been working late hours, Cattywampus asks you to hand them a tool, but they say,
Can you hand me that collywobble?
and then they both just kind of look at one another and then look at you, very embarrassed. That was the name of their leader.
Yeah, the one who got eaten by the Akata. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do my best not to show any response to that, so as not to make them feel more awkward. And I
as an android, I think you got that
right. That's where that flat affect comes in handy. So I'm just like
That's
this
like-
stone face.
That's like when you call your teacher your mom.
Exactly.
Yes, that is exactly what you
You never did that? Really?
That is never.
Oh no, I've done that.
I have also
What?
done, I
Are
have
you
also
kidding
done
me?
that. It is hyper embarrassing.
Oh my god. I can't.
Like when you were a kid. I mean, like in elementary school.
Yeah, it's like first through third grade. That was
Right.
something that happened. I have been a part of it, and I've also witnessed it.
Oh no, I did it in high school.
Drew, someone's called you. Drew, has someone called you mom before?
Legit, yeah, they have.
Hilarious. Okay, let's keep rocking on through. Andis, you have more.
So I use my flat affect to not respond, and I just hand the tool to them, and I say, "I know that it hurts."
Yeah, they look pretty sad, but it looks like they were about to apologize. They just kind of nod emphatically in your direction and get back into work.
We just get back to work. That's our flow. That's our flow right there.
Yeah, no. So after a few more days, they stop treating you like just another goblin, and they start working super hard. They put on the android work ethic, and they barely stop for a break. And you're able to get all the upgrades done to the Drift Rider in no time flat.
Sweet.
Good job, Gobs.
Good job, Gobs.
Oh, thanks.
Edros Veronis, back on Castrovel, you took a pretty serious charge in joining the Church of the Phoenix. What's Edros thinking about? You've got more downtime than most everybody else here. Not a lot to do. Not a lot to shoot in the drift.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things Edros is kind of doing is he's on the holodeck.
The hack.
What's that? The hack. He's in the hack, and he's pulled up a program that just shows the burning mother, just shows the sun. He's been doing a little bit of reading about Sarenrae because he knows nothing. I mean, he really knows.
Yeah, not really a god of the Viscarium, right?
No. And he's got this program that is just showing the sun, illuminating the whole hack, and he's looking at his sash. And forever, I mean, ever since he conceived of this design when he left the Viscaria, and he took the ship and he started his own crew, and he always thought that the symbol was his symbol of freedom and his mark, that his fate was his own. And now he's learned that it's none of those things. It's something that is far more ancient than he could have ever imagined.
Yeah,
and
well,
something that he didn't even know about,
Yours is kind of unique to you because it is, let's describe it, a sunburst, and then there's like a Vesk skull in the middle of it.
Yeah.
The one that the paladin of Sarenrae, that Mother Shadowbane explained, was very similar, but of course it was a human skull.
Yeah.
The paladin was human, so very, very similar, but of course very different.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would see that as a very minor difference to him. It's just the connection is obvious, and he's trying to figure out what does it mean. I mean, really, he just doesn't know what to do. I mean, and I think he's looking up a lot of things on Sarenrae, and he's trying to get it all organized in his thoughts. So very much alone for this trip, very much meditative as he stares into this hologram that is the sun.
Right. Do you think there's anybody on the ship that you would seek solace in, or is this Edros alone time?
I mean, nobody. No, I think this is alone time.
Well, too bad. You did not lock the holographic amusement chamber, and the dog comes and just kind of lays at your feet.
I gave you kind of a hard time when we first met you. I'm sorry. You're a cute little boy. Or girl. I can't.
Bork.
What? Let me see. What gender are you?
You pretty sure it's a boy dog? 90%.
Boy then. Well, boy, I don't know if you've chosen the right ship to become a stowaway on. We're gonna get into a lot of trouble. But stick around, and I'm sure we'll give you a good home.
Alrighty, so exiting drift space, your ship immediately rocks as you're thrown back into normal space, and what seems like a massive cluster of asteroids begin to pelt the drift rider. Softballs, basketball-sized rocks. Rami, I need you to give me a piloting check.
All right.
32. Yeah, so you're immediately able to get control of the vehicle, steer it outside of a very large field of these tiny rocks comparatively, and the ship doesn't take any damage. The shields get battered a little bit, but yeah, you're able to steer it clear, and looks like it's not only a massive array of rocks, but you see the debris of destroyed ships and other space junk, and tons of flotsam and jetsam. And Galara comes up and says,
"We have arrived at the field of the lost within the Diaspora."
Knack, why don't you go ahead and give me a computers check? You're on science officer duty, right?
It's a 26.
Right. So
19 of
I imagine you guys want to search for wherever the transmission from Tahoman went.
Yeah.
I would also just have the sensors do a sweep for any, any signals or any life forms, I suppose.
Slowly traversing the islands of rocks and trying to pinpoint where that transmission went days prior is very difficult work. And as you're doing it, Knack, on the sensor array, you're just like, lifeless rock, ship approaching, lifeless rock. Like a ship exits from behind a massive rock, and you see a large vessel's hull outline, and it begins to make its way directly towards you. And Galara comes online and says,
"Enemy ship approaching. Weapons systems armed, Captain."
To your posts.
Does Knack recognize the make of the ship, the class of ship?
Yeah, why don't you give me a culture or engineering? Anybody can make this check.
Oh, okay.
That's a 25 to culture, but I also want to add my expertise.
Nice.
So that is a 29.
Ooh,
to that
not
check.
only, but you've also got a good deal of help in. Looks like both Andis and Adros have rolled pretty well in identifying it. Right, so you pretty easily identify the make of the ship, the hull. It's a medium explorer craft made by Nebular Outfitters. It's what's known as a star hopper. And after you identify it, Tyler, Adros seems to maybe recognize the outline of the vehicle, the make and model. And yeah, you recognize it as being owned by a pirate that you might remember. Why don't you go ahead and give me a culture check for that as well, Tyler?
Can I do culture or profession pirate?
Profession pirate, because you're actually it's gonna be a little bit easier for you, right?
It'll be a -5 to the DC. 15.
All right, and with the -5, yeah, the last time that you saw this ship, and if it is indeed a pirate ship, it was owned by a pirate by the name of Alera Aquana, a freebooter and rising star in the Diaspora and the pirate world. And yeah, you recognize the ship as the Rusty Rivet. Oh, and it also opens fire on you. We're in combat.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it's still pretty far away, but these chain guns open up. Yeah, it doesn't do well with its chain guns. It's still a bit too far. Let's Rami, do you want to roll pilot check for me?
Sure.
So we are in combat, and wow, Rami, 15 on the dice.
So keep in mind that you have a +1 to piloting from the good maneuverability and a +1 from the computer now.
Okay, so that's
There's
So that's
31.
a 31 piloting check.
Yeah, so with this upgraded computer that Andis has just installed, all checks get a +1.
Alrighty, I've rolled a 28, so you've beaten me, and you're able to maneuver around. Do you guys want to try hailing them?
Alindra,
Yes.
let me get on the comms. I know this person.
Yes, please.
So you're open up short range communication with them.
Yes. And Edris would say, this is Edris Veronis and the Drift Rider to the Rusty Rivet. Alara, it's me. Why are you firing on us?
Yeah, they answer back fairly immediately, and it's not Alara, but maybe some crewman. It's this is the Rusty Rivet. You're far astray of Absalom Station's birth, Drift Rider. Shut off your engines, and there won't be any need for a fight.
We're just here on a recon. We'll comply. I think we should do as they say. I think we could talk our way out of this, and we want to avoid combat with these guys.
What does that mean? Does that give them the chance to board our vessel?
Shutting down the engine, you are going to... you're going to be a little defenseless, because it takes a while to get it back up, so...
Right, that's pretty terrifying.
I know that this seems counterintuitive, but we're in pirate territory. This is free captain's range. We don't want to tangle with these guys.
Okay, I trust you, Adros. We'll do as they say.
After a moment, if you do comply, they pick that up on their sensors, and a darker-skinned human woman shows up in the vid screen, wearing an eye patch, a couple big balls of poofy hair in pigtails, wearing a scarf, and she says, "As I live and breathe, is that Edros Veronis? If it isn't the savior of Hycax himself."
It's been a while since I've been in Diaspora, Lara, but yes, it's me. It's good to see your face.
Alara, no, honey, that is Free Captain Aquana to you. I've got some ironic bars on my shoulder. Took them off a pack steward that nearly wet themselves when I boarded their ship.
Edris laughs along with her. Wait, what was it? Free Captain? What was her last name?
Aquana. Yeah, but she says she has become a free captain, which is kind of like the top rank, one of the gilded of the pirates in the Diaspora.
Well, Besmara must be looking at you gracefully. Congratulations on joining the captains.
Listen, let's meet up. We'll talk terms. I don't want to blow you out of the sky. How about we parlay aboard the Rivet? We're getting ready to chow down anyway.
We'll join you.
Oh, how about just you, Adros?
Whatever you want, Captain.
Right, so if you agree to head on over, the Galaro says that their weapons go offline, and it begins to slowly maneuver itself, the Rusty Rivet, to be able to attach its door, via a wet dock to your portside door.
Adros, are you sure about this?
I'm fairly certain. Now, my name doesn't carry a lot of weight with these guys, but it carries some. I should be able to arrange a kind of passage through this space so that we can conclude our business. Well, now we might have to pay some kind of tribute to do so, but paying a tribute versus fighting the free captains is a heck of a deal.
Okay, can we maintain open communication with you while you're on their ship?
Probably not. I imagine that any communications with the short-range personal comms will be blocked. Don't worry. If they wanted to kill us, we would already be vapor.
I don't know if you've seen the upgrades I've made to this ship. It's pretty dope.
I don't know if you've seen the fleet of free captains, but they make this ship look like a very insignificant space pod.
Andis is like, no, I'm ready to fight. Let's go. Right, well, if you do want to head on over, stepping out of the Drift Rider's port airlock, the door slams shut behind you, and you can drift on over to the other side. And stepping onto the Rusty Rivet, you go into another airlock. And as you step forward into a small loading bay, it looks like no one's there to greet you at first. It's fairly dark, and the door slams shut behind you. And you can hear electronic locks moving into place, and a very small figure steps out into the bay with a sword drawn. They deactivate their helmet, and it's an Ahsoki, a scarred face, and one that Adros remembers quite well, that of your former crewman, Arcor.
By I live and breathe. I never thought I'd see you again.
He says, "Hey, Captain, it's Good to see you. A couple of automatic machine guns, some turrets pop out of the ceiling here in the bay and aim in your direction. And Arcor says, I've just got one thing to say before you die. To be continued.
What?
Oh, man. I'm scared for Adras.
Oh, who would have thought that Tyler would do the most self-destructive thing possible?
I know, it's so unlike him.
Hey, are you sure you want to keep taking charisma drain from this ghost? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Callback. Right, so, oh boy, we are already pretty far into book 3, a little further than I thought we could have gotten in just an episode where I almost killed you with Rami's backstory. That's it for episode 29? Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I can't count this high, guys. We need to just start over. Go back to episode 1.
Just count to 10 like 40 times.
I mean, I feel like character-wise, Idris is about to, so, you know.
Yeah. I'm very excited about the rest of book 3 because I don't feel like you guys know at all where this book is going to take us. It goes some pretty wacky directions.
I'm excited about it.
I know. I can't wait to figure it out.
Next week's episode 30.
That's
30.
That's a lot of episodes. That is pretty bonkers that we've gone this far.
And we're also alive for now. Yeah.
For now. Even though
I'm trying my best.
We've almost killed Lindra 2 episodes in a row.
Nice, yeah.
Near enough. Awesome. Well, let's wrap it up there. We'll get back to what's going to happen on board the Rusty Rivet next week. But for now, thank you guys for playing with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Patrick.
And was on everybody, I say good night, everybody.
Good night,
everybody.
Crit bit commencing in 3, 2, 1. Crit bit initiated. Drift Rider docking protocol. Captain Alindra Vallis. Internal sensor log entry 1.
Cattywampus, I'm so hungry. I'm so gobbin hungry. We haven't eaten in 3 gobbin days. Are you sure there's no more food in the rat man's quarters? The furry one has nothing. The green one has nothing. The one who's mean to us all the time has nothing. Captain Alindra said she left us some food, but I just don't know where Gobbin is. Oh no. They wouldn't leave it on the top shelf, would they? Oh, I hope not. Oh, let me stand on your shoulders. Hang on, just you're breaking my Gobbin back. This isn't going to work. We have to think of something else.
Internal sensor log entry 2.
Space Hub delivery. Anyone order some astral garlic knots?
Yes, give us the food.
Oh, hey, thanks, man. Yeah, that'll be 12 credits.
Here.
Oh, all right. Yeah, thanks, man. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is...
The beast!
What's that dog doing?
There's a beast inside the ship! It's inside the ship!
Weapons fire detected. Initiating Drift Rider lockdown protocol. Internal sensor log entry 3.
It's just like the Acreon all over again! The Arcana came back to finish when it started with Collywobble! No, Bumfuzzle! My godmother warned me of this day would come! This is the mythical El Chupacata! Ah! I hear its tongue can melt your gob meats right off your skull! I I hear they bury your bones in a shallow grave just for fun. I hear they can see clear into the astral plane. They howl at the gods themselves who tremble at the sound. We have to kill it, Bumfuzzle. For Cattywampus!
Internal sensor log entry 4.
This is the last will and testament of Bumfuzzle and Cattywampus. We have hidden ourselves away in the Green One's room, and as he is the only one we can trust to handle our chupacabra pups. Green One, if you are listening to this, do what we could not. We have sequestered ourselves here for 11 days. You can imagine our state. We have done what we must to survive. We are sorry, Green One, for using what we could for sustenance. Please forgive us.
What is going on? And what has happened to my mattress?
End of log. We hope you enjoyed this week's Crit Bit. We just wanted to take a brief moment to wish one of our favorite fans and Crittermanders a speedy recovery this week. Until next time, Starfinders.